So I just watched this YouTube clip, and I want you guys to see it, and then I'm going to tell you what I think.
ذكرنا هذا حظك محمد يا عمي ايه لا 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 فات خطايا ولا.
The question is, what do you do? What do you do to that guy? How angry does he make you? What would you do if you were in that car? What would you do if you saw someone doing that? What's the difference between you condemning his actions and then supporting the factory farm worker? All of this is unnecessary violence towards animals. And if that was a kid, God forbid, if I saw that, and why is it so much more emotional to see someone do something like that to a kid? Because they're innocent. They're innocent and they're vulnerable. It's the same thing with animals. They're innocent and they're vulnerable. What's the difference between that and hitting a pig to get her to go onto the tracks that lead her to the gas chamber that then allow her to get her neck sliced open so that we can eat bacon? What's the difference between that and a cow that's hoisted up, shackled, neck sliced open? Is it because we eat those animals that the pain, the unnecessary pain, the suffering that those animals endure don't count because we eat their bodies afterwards? What if that guy killed that dog and then ate him? It's what they do in South Korea. I worked undercover in Korea's dog meat industry for over a year. They beat dogs with metal pipes to death because they want to eat them. It's not just a cultural difference. It's wrong. It's wrong there and it's wrong here, whether it's a dog or a pig. Causing unnecessary suffering is the very definition of wrongness. It's what makes things evil. When you cause unnecessary cruelty, that's what the bad guy does in the movies. And the good guy stops him. So I'm not trying to call people out and say some people are evil, some people are good, we're good, you're bad. Listen, I'm just saying that veganism and animal rights, the animal rights movement, comes from a place of love and compassion and justice and speaking up for the defenseless. Someone needs to speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves. And I understand that it's hard to go against the majority. I understand that 98% of people pay money to others who inflict terrible suffering and misery upon innocent, vulnerable animals. I understand that. And to abstain from that makes you an extremist, makes you look like an extremist. But how is it extreme to say I want nothing to do with that kind of cruelty? There's no difference between that kind of cruelty that you just saw and the cruelty that goes on in a factory farm. Period. Veganism is a different perspective. That's it. And I would love for everyone who's not vegan yet to see it from that perspective. Just see it from the eyes of the animal. Right? Try to have empathy, try to have sympathy for those who cannot speak up for themselves, for those who are in terrible, terrible, terrible situations. Right? Situations where if we were in those situations, we'd be screaming for someone to help us, for someone to speak up for us. So that's what I'm doing now, and that's what I hope everyone who has the courage to stand up and say something would do. Anyway, I'm sorry to rant. I just want you guys to understand why I say what I say, why I post what I post. I want you guys to know that I'm not judging. It's not about judgment. It's not about moral high horses. I hear that argument all the time. It's about speaking up for those who are in unfortunate situations. With love, with respect, thank you for watching.